So the first film that I'm reviewing in my Marvel Monday series is the first film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man, which came out in 2008. Makes sense, right? So, that being said, let's hop right into it. So, Iron Man stars Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. He is a very rich weapons dealer. He's very self centered, arrogant. He doesn't really care about anybody or anything except making money and inventing stuff from time to time until he is showing off one of his new models of this type of missile. He's showing it off to the US government, in which they are ambushed and he is captured by terrorists. Basically, the terrorists are holding Tony Stark hostage and they want to make him build all these weapons of mass destruction for them because he is the brains behind it all, and it's very easy for them to just grab him rather than teach a scientist or somebody to do it. So they capture him, they torture him, and they force him to make these missiles for them, but they're not too heavy on the security for whatever reason. I guess that's my main flaw with the film, is that they're holding this guy hostage and making him build weapons of mass destruction, yet they don't put a bodyguard or anybody in the room with him. Doesn't make any sense, but that's like one of the minor flaws that I had with this film. So yeah, getting right back into it, he's supposed to be building this missile for them, and he has like a day left to build it. He ends up designing and building a prototype of the Iron Man suit to escape them, and it is successful and it's very cool and it's a very awesome scene. And so he gets away from them basically, and as he's getting away, he sees that all the weapons that they have in their armory already are from Stark Industries, his company that he owns, and he never really intended for the weapons to get in the hands of terrorists. Not that he had a real strong sense of morality beforehand, but he realized that all of his or at least half of his weapons, were being sold to these terrorists. He doesn't know how, but he's not okay with it, pretty much. And so he does get away, and his curiosity basically just eats at him. Just constantly eats at him. He gets back, he's like, I want a cheeseburger, and I'm shutting this business down, which is a pretty funny scene, but anyways, moving on. So he shuts the whole business down, which makes his CEO or COO or whatever, his business partner, makes him very angry. And you find out later that his business partner was up to some pretty shady stuff. But I'm not going to get into what that shady stuff is in case you guys actually haven't seen this movie. Then you guys can go check it out and still be kind of surprised. It's not very much of a spoiler. I'm sure they gave it away in the marketing for this movie, but just in case you guys, I'm trying to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, so don't worry about that. So at this point, we've witnessed the turn for the better of Tony Stark, and this movie does a really good job at conveying a strong character arc for Tony Stark. He like I said, he starts off as this arrogant, just cares about himself, cares about money, no good person, pretty much. He just builds weapons of mass destruction, sells them for war purposes, doesn't care, and turns them basically into the polar opposite of what he once was. And I thought this movie did a very good job at integrating plot points that make him turn for the better, pretty much. Now, I rewatched this film in preparation for this review, and I have not seen it since about 2008 when it came out, maybe 2009, but still, it's been a while. So when I rewatched it, I know Marvel is infamous for its quips and whatnot, but this film was a lot funnier than I had first remembered, which there was only one quip that really felt forced, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. I should have wrote it down, but other than that, the comedy pretty much works. All the actors did a fantastic job. They're very convincing in their roles as to what the characters' motives would be, and there's not really anybody in the movie that stands out like, oh, that's a bad actor. We are also introduced to 3 characters who end up having a larger role in the future Marvel Cinematic Universe, so to say. First of all, there's Rhodey, which is basically like a head guy in the Air Force, pretty much, and he, obviously he moves on to become War Machine in the future films, and I think he was recast. I don't think it's the same actor. I didn't research, and I'm pretty sure they recast him after this movie. I remember hearing something about that, I believe. And also, we are introduced to Pepper Potts, which is a love interest for Tony Stark. And then we are also introduced to Agent Coulson. You guys probably remember him if you guys have seen The Avengers. He has a pretty dramatic and important role in that. He is also in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series, which is on Netflix. I think most of the seasons are on there if you guys want to check that out. It was kind of cool to just see them in there. This movie does have an after credit scene, which is very cool, and I had never seen that before. But basically, it's Nick Fury showing up at the end, and he's like, I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative, which is really cool because I never saw that before. And, like, even back then, the first movie, that, you know, if you guys stayed around through the credits, you guys got to see, holy cow, they are setting up the Avengers, which at the time was a big deal because to see that many characters on screen, and nobody thought the Avengers would work. And it obviously did, the first one anyway. We'll get to that later, but it was just a very cool nugget to see, and I wish I had seen it back then because I would have got that so much more excited for the first Avengers when it actually came out, but alas, I didn't. So all in all, I had a really great time watching this movie. It was really nostalgic to see it again. I think when I saw it, I was in my freshman year of high school, which was a while ago, surprisingly. Oh yeah, that being said, I do own this on Blu-ray, and I am going to give Iron Man an A. Well, have you guys seen Iron Man? If you guys have, make sure to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below this video, and we can have a healthy and vibrant discussion about what you guys did or did not like about Iron Man. This was the first review in my little mini-series of Marvel Mondays. Like I said, I'm catching up all the way to where we are right now, which is January 8th, 2017. So I'm catching up on all the Marvel films that I haven't reviewed that are currently in this run of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you guys did like this video, make sure to subscribe to keep up to date on all the videos that I upload. I'm trying right now to upload weekly. It's my New Year's resolution, so trying to upload at least one video a week. A lot of the times it's like 3 or 4 videos a week, so you guys will see that coming up. And make sure to check out my video next Monday. I am reviewing The Incredible Hulk that also came out in 2008, starring Edward Norton, and that will be a very fun one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.